Alright, let's talk about adventure. Imagine standing at the edge of a jungle, the air thick and heavy with the smell of damp earth and mystery. Before you, half swallowed by vines and the slow march of time, are the ruins of a city no one has seen for 1,000 years. Stone towers reach for the sky, silent witnesses to a civilization that vanished without a trace. This isn't just a scene from a movie, this is the real deal. All over our planet, there are places just like this. They are the echoes of lost worlds, whispering secrets that historians and explorers like me are desperately trying to hear. These places pull us in, promising answers to the biggest questions we have about our own past. Every crumbling wall, every faded carving tells a piece of a story. But here's the kicker. Most of the pages are missing. We find incredible structures built with impossible precision. We unearth artifacts that show a deep understanding of science and the stars. We discover entire cities that were abandoned in the blink of an eye. You have to ask yourself, how did they do it? So grab your gear, because our journey starts now. Our first stop takes us to the sun-scorched sands of Egypt. And you can't talk about Egypt without talking about the big guy, the Great Pyramid of Giza. For more than 4,500 years, this colossal structure has guarded the secrets of the pharaoh Khufu. We thought we knew it pretty well. We've mapped the king's chamber, the queen's chamber, and the grand gallery. For centuries, people believed that was the whole story, but here's where it gets interesting. Modern science is showing us that this ancient wonder still has a few tricks up its sleeve. We're finding that there might be more to this pyramid than meets the eye. In recent years, scientists have used a technology called muography. Think of it like a giant X-ray for a pyramid. It uses cosmic rays, tiny particles that rain down on Earth from space, to detect empty spaces inside solid objects. In 2017, a team of researchers announced a groundbreaking discovery. Their scans revealed a massive, previously unknown void lurking above the Grand Gallery. This space is huge, at least 100 feet long. It's as big as a passenger airplane hidden right in the heart of the pyramid. And the biggest mystery of all, we have absolutely no idea what it is. Using a little bit of modern tech to remind us that its deepest secrets are still safely locked away. Next, we're leaving the desert behind and plunging deep into the jungles of Central America. This was the home of the Maya, one of the most brilliant civilizations of the ancient world. These guys were master astronomers, mathematicians, and architects. They built stunning cities like Tikal and Chichen Itza, towering pyramids aligned with the sun and aligned with the stars. They developed a complex writing system and a calendar so accurate it could pinpoint dates thousands of years in the future. For over 1,000 years, their culture flourished. They were, by all accounts, on top of their world. And then they just disappeared. Well, not entirely. Around 900 AD, the great Maya cities in the southern lowlands began to decline rapidly. The people abandoned their magnificent temples and sprawling urban centers. Construction stopped mid-project. The population plummeted. The jungle began its slow, relentless process of reclaiming the land. Within a couple of generations, these once thriving metropolises were ghost towns. The question that has baffled experts for centuries is a simple one: why? But the secret of why their great classical age ended so abruptly was lost to the jungle. Let's journey east, to modern-day Pakistan and India. Here, along the banks of the Indus River, another great ancient civilization rose and fell. Known as the Indus Valley Civilization, or the Harappans, these people were true master builders. Around 2500 BC, they built some of the world's first planned cities, Mohenjo-Daro Harappa. These cities had organized street grids, sophisticated drainage systems, and public baths. They were centuries ahead of their time. But there's one thing they left behind that is a total and complete enigma. The secret lies in their writing. The people of the Indus Valley had a written language, inscribed on thousands of small stone seals, pottery, and tablets. There's just one problem: nobody on Earth can read it, not a single word, locked away in a script we can't understand. For our final stop, we travel to the cradle of civilization itself, Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This is where the ancient Sumerians built the world's first cities, invented writing, gave us the wheel. They left behind a wealth of clay tablets covered in cuneiform script. Among these tablets, archaeologists found a truly mind-bending document, the Sumerian King List. It's a record of the rulers of Sumer and their reigns. But this is no ordinary list of kings. The list begins in the distant, mythological past, before a great flood swept the land, an event that sounds a lot like the story of Noah's Ark. The first 8 kings who ruled before this flood had unbelievably long reigns. We're not talking about 50 or 60 years, we're talking about tens of thousands of years. For example, the list claims that one king named Alulim ruled for 28,800 years. Another, Enmenluana, supposedly reigned for 43,200 years. These numbers are obviously impossible. Historians and scholars are stumped. There are a few theories, but none fully explain these numbers. Perhaps the numbers are symbolic. Maybe it was a mathematical game or complex system. After the flood, the rains become much more realistic. They drop from tens of thousands to hundreds, then to normal human lifespans, leaving us to wonder what the Sumerians were really trying to tell us. As we journey back from these incredible places, from the pyramids of Egypt to the jungles of the Maya, a fascinating picture begins to emerge. You start to see strange and wonderful connections, threads that seem to tie our ancient past together. It's almost as if these different cultures were all tapping into some shared universal human knowledge, a blueprint for greatness that we are still trying to understand. Think about the pyramids. The Egyptians are famous for them, but they weren't the only ones building them. The Maya Aztecs built towering pyramids in the Americas. There are pyramids in China and Sudan. Even the Sumerians built massive step temples called ziggurats that look remarkably similar. How did all these different cultures with no known contact all decide to build these same monumental triangular structures? And what about their focus on the stars? The Egyptians aligned their pyramids with incredible precision to the cardinal directions and to constellations. The Maya created calendars based on celestial cycles that were more accurate than the ones used in Europe at the time. All across the ancient world, people were looking up at the sky and saw more than just twinkling lights. This shared obsession with the cosmos is a powerful thread that connects them all. These threads are part of the grand mystery, hinting that the story of our past is even bigger than we imagine. So, where does that leave us? We've journeyed through deserts, we've journeyed through jungles, we've looked inside pyramids and tried to read silent scripts. For every answer we find, we uncover a dozen new questions. The Great Pyramid has a secret room. The Maya left their cities for reasons we can only guess. The Indus Valley people left us a library of books we can't read, and the Sumerians told us stories of kings who lived for impossible lengths of time. The world is not a solved puzzle, it's a treasure map, and there are still huge parts of it marked, "Here be dragons." The truth is, we are living in a golden age of discovery. Every day, new technologies are allowing us to see the past in ways our ancestors could only dream of. LiDAR technology is helping us find lost cities hidden under jungle canopies. DNA analysis is rewriting what we know about ancient migrations. Satellite imagery can spot ancient structures from space. The next great discovery could be made tomorrow, by a team of archaeologists digging in the dirt, or by a scientist analyzing data in a lab. This is why history is not just about dusty books and boring dates. It's about adventure. It's about the thrill of the hunt. It's about looking at the world around you and asking, what if? These questions are what drive us forward. They ignite our imagination and push us to explore the boundaries of what we know. The expedition is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning now. Who's with me?